Hey, today I want to show you one of the most powerful techniques you can use to connect with your audience, your readers, your customers, your potential clients, all of the above, whether you are using, say, blog articles, video, even audio, and on your podcast. You can use this across the board. In fact, let me tell you right now, I'll give you a little hint. I'm using it right now. Did you notice? Let's dive in. One of the biggest things you can do to connect with your audience in any way, at any location, whether you are writing a blog article, you can use it in your videos, you can use it in your podcast, you can even use it in whether you're giving a speech or maybe you're a guest on a podcast, giving a lecture of some sort as a guest speaker. Anytime you want to connect deeper with your customers, use this technique. And we all know that the big reason why we're going to connect with our customers is nobody does business with anyone that they don't know, like, or trust. And we're building that we're building that trust. And of course, spending time one-on-one with someone is getting to know them. So hopefully, if you see this, you'll figure out what's going on by now. Maybe, maybe not, but let's be pretty obvious about it. First, when it comes to podcasting, it's very easy to fall into the trap of knowing that you're in front of a mic, but dozens, hundreds, maybe even thousands of people are listening at any given time. The problem is they're not listening as an audience. So when we sit there and say, hey, everybody, thanks for listening, we've totally missed the mark. People are listening with their earbuds in. They're listening with their AirPods in. They're listening individually, maybe while they're walking, maybe while they're exercising, maybe while they're driving, something like that. This is not an audience style medium. There may be dozens watching over the course of days, or maybe hundreds, hopefully someday. Those hundreds will see this video. But I'm just talking to you right now. I'm only talking to one person. And chances are you're going to be talking to one person as well. One person listening at a time. So connect with them on a one-to-one basis. So whenever you do anything like this, whether you're writing a blog post, whether you're filming a video, or even doing your podcast. Podcast is a little different. We'll get to that in just a second. But any one of those, you're going to try and talk one-on-one with whoever is listening. Okay? One of the big things that you can tell, especially in radio is a much more intimate medium. Chances are somebody's listening in the morning. They've stepped out of the shower, they turn on the radio, they're listening to what's going on, or maybe you're listening to it on your smartphone. Dry off, get everything squared away, hang up the towel, walk over to your dresser. The morning show host says, "Good morning, everybody." Now, all of a sudden, you're standing there naked in front of tens of thousands of people. Is that an image you really want running through your head, that now you've got the spotlight on you? Of course not. Every once in a while, you want to make verbal eye contact with your audience. Again, whether it's in your podcast, whether it's in your videos, or even if it's in your blogs. Talk one-on-one to whoever might be reading, watching, or listening. Include them in. Now, remember, we were talking about a little while ago, I was talking about how podcasts are a little different. The reason why they're different is because there are many times when you could be talking to a guest. It's you and a guest, and you're interviewing that guest. Fine. But don't think of it as just you two. Think of it as three of you at the table. You, your guest, and someone listening. And include them in the conversation. For example, many times you'll hear something like, and here I am talking to Jim, but as you, and then they'll go off to the side and say something like, so what's happened to you? How has that possibly affected your life? That's the good way to do it. The bad way to do it, and every once in a while you'll hear this, unfortunately it's more common, is for them to say, now for everybody listening, how's everybody else dealing with this? Referring to your audience in the plural. That's a surefire way to break that fourth wall, to all of a sudden push them away. You're pushing them away and making them an audience. Make them an active participant right there at the table. Talk to them in terms of you, your, how are you doing? That kind of thing. And it really draws people in and really gets them at the table. And they feel much more connected to you, your content, and your guests. So try to connect one-on-one with your listeners, your readers, and your viewers. Whatever they're doing, remember, they're the only one. Refer to them in the second person, you, your. What are they doing? No. What are you doing? Go from good morning, everybody, to good morning. See how that is? It's like a verbal handshake. You're only shaking hands with one person at a time. Watch the language. Listen to the language. Turn on your radio next time and listen to one of the hosts. Do they refer to their audience as everybody? Folks, how are you guys doing? Or do they say you? How are you doing? So what's on tap for today for you? Referring to you personally or referring to you, plural, as an audience. If you connect one-on-one with your listeners, that's just going to make you that much more solid in the marketplace with your readers, your listeners, and the folks watching. And that brings them a lot closer to buying.